It is said of the Danube that it is a river of the empires, because no other river has gathered between its shores the destiny of so many languages and peoples throughout history. The Danube's riverbed was also the cradle of the Romanian people. Only a few steps away from the Danube, near the town of Carabia in Old Country, there are the vestiges of one of the oldest Ghetto-Dacian settlements in Romania, the Citadel of Sucidava, which the Romans managed to conquer in the wars of 102 AD.
Chiar a fost la o dată neprecizată, împrejmuită cu ziduri de apărare, cu valuri și șanturi de pământ.
Later on, Emperor Constantine the Great rebuilt this fortress and built an impressive stone bridge over the Danube that links the Sucidava to Alpia Escus, south of the Danube.
Intrăm pe poarta de vest a cetății, este singura poartă de intrare în cetate, pe unde carele romane, traversând podul lui Constantin cel Mare, intrau în cetate.
Here in Sucidava, there was discovered an architectural wonder, a secret fountain hidden 18 feet below the ground.
Aici este puțul propriu-zis, cu apă bună de băut și astăzi. De fapt, este unul din izvoarele de pe Valea Dunării.
The fountain is called the Spring of Love and is a unique historical monument in Europe. Like many other cities on the Danube, the invasions rushed the end of the Sucidava. It was finally destroyed around the year 600 AD. 400 kilometers downstream, you meet the old Carsium fortress, which overlooks the river near Harsova. You recognize it because of the old wall, grinded by the weather and times. The fortress was erected in the 2nd century AD to ensure that goods from the Black Sea passed through to the Carpathians. Carsium was devastated by migratory invasions. An inscription from Durostorum speaks of the Emperor Aurelian's struggles with the Carpi that he defeats between Carsium and Sucidava.
Aurelian, după ce întărește granița și construiește câteva cetăți bastioane la nordul Dunării, își retrage armata și administrația la sudul Dunării.
In the Middle Ages, Carsium became the Harsova fortress, and in the 4 centuries of Ottoman rule was the theater of bloody confrontations between the Russians and the Turks. By the Treaty of Adrianople, the Ottoman Empire is forced to tear down the fortifications on the right bank of the Danube, and the citadel is being blown up. It is said that over time, near the old Carsium, were buried treasures, gold and silver coins dating since the Romans. Residents claim that in days with burning sun, some areas catch a dazzling glow from the precious metals buried there. Only a few kilometers from Harsova, we discover the ruins of the Fleece City, the place where Michael the Brave was born, the first ruler to unite the 3 Romanian medieval states. The city was one of the most flourishing fairs near the Danube, famous for trade in wool or animal skins. But on the shores of the Danube, there were not only ancient citadels and medieval bastions built, but also engineering masterpieces. In 1890, young engineer Angel Salini tames the Danube and builds the bridge from Fitesti to Cernavodă.
La vremea când a fost făcut, a fost cel mai mare complex de poduri din Europa. Pilele, deci au fundațiile făcute pe chesoane cu aer comprimat. E o tehnologie care pe vremea aia reprezenta un cutting edge, ca să spunem așa, o tehnologie de vârf.
The bridge was designed 30 meters above the Danube to allow ships with the tallest masts to pass.
Abia în jurul anilor 1960-70 el a fost consolidat. Nici acum n-ar fi o problemă să circule un tren pe el. Are un aspect estetic deosebit.
At the end of the bridge from Cernavodă were placed 2 bronze storobanti in memory of the heroes fallen in the War of Independence. The statues were made by the French sculptor Léon Pillet. At the inauguration of the bridge, the king beat the last rivet, which was of silver. Then the bridge was crossed with a convoy of 15 locomotives. All this time, Angel Salini stood under the bridge on a boat along with a few workers to guarantee the strength of the bridge. Hundreds of nations and peoples traveled across the Danube, and perhaps hundreds of citadels and cities rose and collapsed on its banks. The deep traces left in the passing of the years are testimonies for today's generations.